Hello everyone! I always look forward to the end of the year when I get to reflect back on all the beauty products that I tried, and this year I decided to do just 10, and today I'm going to cover hair, nails, makeup, all the good stuff, all of the favorites that have been tried and true and tested and highly recommended by me. So I'm going to do the beauty part today, but in the next episode I will be covering skincare all on its own. I figured you guys would want to see the beauty episode first because it's a little bit more exciting, especially because I did just upload a top 5 winter skincare picks last week. So if you haven't watched that yet, please go see it. But enough chit chat, let's get started with my top 10 in beauty for 2015. This probably won't come as a surprise, but my top pick, my #1 pick for 2015 is the Burberry Fresh Glow Compact. This is by far the best powder foundation that I've used, and it's been a long time where I found something that I love enough to hit pan, and I already have backups ready because that's how amazing this powder foundation is. I'm going to talk about the brush that I used to apply it towards the end of this video, so stay tuned. But number 12, Ochre Nude is the perfect match for my complexion, especially on top of liquid foundation when powders tend to oxidize the most. It is on the sheer side for a powder foundation, but you can use it wet or dry, and it works really well to set concealer on top of acne scarring and active blemishes. So I can't rave about this powder enough. It is my top pick. I am going in order from 1 to 10, but if you like powder and you want to try something, just one thing from this video, I highly recommend you make it this one. Now for the biggest launch in beauty, Christian Louboutin finally released lipsticks, and my favorite formula of the 3 are the Velvet Mattes. I feel like they're the creamiest, they're the most even in pigmentation, most consistent range of colors. My favorite is still Bengali. I ordered a few more. I think this is Just Nothing, I believe. This nude is beautiful. It's not too gray, it's not too warm, it's not too cool. So I highly recommend this if you have a yellow toned light medium complexion as I do. I don't tend to wear nudes as often as I wear the bright pink though, which is Bengali, one of my favorite shades in the entire Christian Louboutin lineup. And I feel like this color works well all over the lips, whether you want a full coverage lip look or whether you want to create an ombre lip look. These are just the most amazing lipsticks. The classic signature red comes in the black packaging, and all the other shades come in the gold packaging. I did purchase 3 more of the mattes, which I haven't even had a chance to photograph, much less wear, so I will be featuring them very, very soon. I do think that if you're looking for a red and you want something a little bit more affordable, then I highly recommend Tom Ford's. His matte lipsticks are also creamy and very well pigmented, but nothing tops the richness and the incredible density of these matte velvet mattes from Christian Louboutin, especially when it comes to the nude colors. It's always quite telling when you either try a very light color or a very dark color how the quality of a lipstick is, but I just feel like Christian Louboutin did an amazing job with these velvet mattes, and there's a reason they're constantly sold out. Moving on to my 3rd pick, this is the hair tool that changed my life. This Pro Eye is the very best hair dryer I've ever used. It's very lightweight but very powerful, so I can give myself a complete blow dry without breaking a sweat. I do tend to sweat easily, however, I can actually blow dry my hair on my own, and no other blow dryer has ever given me such professional looking results at home. Today I just used the T3 curling wand, the clipless one, in the largest barrel size to create these smooth, tousled but casual waves, and I just find that the T3 Pro Eye doesn't damage my hair nearly as much as any other blow dryer, but it cuts down on time really, really quickly, and it doesn't make my hair smell funky. So on Sephora.com, someone wrote that this hair dryer is not very good and that their Neo blow dryer was so much better. So I actually went and ordered one, and oh my gosh, it makes my hair smell burnt. So I will say, I will hand it to that hair dryer. It's pretty affordable if you can get a discount code, but it just makes my hair smell horrible. So even though this T3 Pro Eye is an investment, I highly recommend it because I've tried a dozen blow dryers in the last year and nothing, absolutely nothing tops this one. My hair looks smooth, it feels silky, it has volume, but it looks straight and it reduces my flyaways. I mean, I just can't stop raving about these 3 products that I just shared with you. Now for my trusty everyday foundation, the Holasu cushions. So in America, the cushion that's widely available is the Perfecting Cushion, which is actually actually a foundation. This is not a BB cream or a CC cream. It is an actual foundation. So the coverage gives you about medium to full, and I've actually used a mixture of the Perfecting Foundation and the Brightening Perfecting Cushion today, which I purchased in South Korea. So you can buy this on Amazon, but do keep in mind that the brightening version is significantly lighter in color. It's also less yellow than the number 23 counterpart in the Perfecting Cushion Foundation. These Holasu cushions are by far the very best. I've tried everything from Iope, Amore Pacific, Hera, Vidi Vici, every single Korean brand basically that makes a decent cushion. I have tried it. With the sponge, it takes me literally less than 1 minute to do my entire face, and when I use the Perfecting Foundation, I normally skip concealer, especially on my complexion, even where my acne scars are, because it covers so well. Now for eyeshadows. I know that most of you know by now, I love Tom Ford eyeshadows. I think they're some of the best that have ever been made. I really, really love them. However, Makeup Forever has been the eyeshadow brand that I've been wearing most of, and this love affair started when Makeup Forever released the 9 artist shadow palette. I think they were limited edition and are now sold out, but this neutral palette is so gorgeous. I think it kicks Naked One out of the water. I mean, by far, these are the most amazing, flattering colors. And I think the reason why I find these so memorable is because I love putting them on with my clean fingertips. They're so creamy, barely any fallout. It's quite impressive because they have really sparkly textures like Tom Ford's, as well as ultra creamy mattes. They have iridescent tones and regular shimmers. There's just so much variety, so these are great for professionals as well as just normal people like me. The artist palettes came with travel-sized pans, so these are the full-sized pans. I just wanted to give you a good idea of how much product you're actually getting. Obviously, this is a 4-pan palette with 4 different individual colors, but if you buy 1 color at a time, it does come with a plastic case on its own. I don't even have to use an eyeshadow primer with these colors because they're rich, they're creamy, they're long-lasting, and I'm so impressed. I think they are by far my favorite Makeup Forever product, so I'm really impressed and I can't wait to collect more in 2016. Now we're going to move on to my favorite makeup brushes of 2015. Although I absolutely adore my Chikuhodo brushes, for the most part they're really high maintenance for the average woman who doesn't wash her brushes regularly. They're very expensive and they're quite delicate, and they're not as good for oily skin. So that's why I highly recommend Wayne Goss's brushes. My favorite from the face set is number 14. This one is absolutely perfect for any kind of powder, even if you want to use it for setting powder or Laura Mercier's Secret Brightening Powder, or for blush, for bronzer. You can use it for anything. This one diffuses colors so well, which is why I recommend it for things like bronzer and blush and highlighter, and also Wayne's brushes just wash really well. Then I'm going to cheat a little and show you another one, but this one is limited edition, so it won't be around forever the way number 14 will be. This is the number 1 brush from the anniversary set, and so it won't stick around for too long, so if you're interested in this, definitely head to beautylish.com. This is a much larger version, almost 3 times the size of the original permanent version, and I love this one to apply my Burberry powder foundation. It really gets into my pores, and it's even perfect for touch-ups. Normally I don't like to touch up my makeup because I find that most brushes and sponges don't work well with touch-ups, especially if you've got oily bits, but this one does work well for touch-ups, especially in the T-zone. Next up are lashes, and I'm going to talk to you about the ones I'm wearing today, which are by Shiomura. They're my favorite style, called the Smoky Layers, and as much as I adore the Shiomura Farfallina, first of all, they're quite heavy, they're super long and really dramatic, so most people don't like wearing them on the day-to-day. Most women who have tried the Smoky Layers tend to love them because the lash band is thick, so it's long-lasting, but if you wiggle it around, it definitely becomes a lot more comfortable. I think that the best part about the Smoky Layers lashes though is that they have a really fine fringe, so it looks like real eyelashes because the tips are really thin. They don't really have that chopped up look the way Ardell Wispies tend to. I know a lot of girls love Ardell lashes because they're ultra lightweight and they're really comfortable. As much as I love Velour's lashes and I've been dedicated to them for years, I think this year Shiomura Smoky Layers has been my favorite and one of my most worn. We are winding down with the last 3, and here is By Terry's liquid lipstick. This is the Terribly Velvet Rouge. I still hate the Terribly name, but the product itself is just phenomenal, and liquid lipsticks have really had their year just the way cushions have had. So I really wanted to include a liquid lipstick, and this one is by far my favorite. It's not super matte, but it's ultra creamy. It's great on dry lips, just like the Christian Louboutin lipsticks. It does come in a lot of darker colors. There aren't very many nudes available, but if you're looking for rich pigment, there is no better liquid lipstick than this. It doesn't cake, it doesn't flake like a lot of matte liquid lipsticks that I've tried. It just feels so comfortable and moisturizing. So if you've been dying to try a liquid lipstick but you've always felt intimidated by the formulas, then give By Terry's a try. Next up are my Christian Louboutin nail polishes, and I hate to include Christian Louboutin again because I was trying to avoid repeats of brands, but I do think that these are the very best nail polishes I've ever owned, and I pretty much exclusively wear Tom Ford, Chanel, a few Japanese brands, and Christian Louboutins because they just don't chip. They're like works of art, and I love displaying them. And they come in several different colored tops. So the classic one comes with a black. This is the signature Rouge Louboutin. Since the calligraphy inspired tops, these handles are quite heavy. It does take a little getting used to, but I have very narrow nail beds, and so the triangular brush makes it really easy. I don't have to do a lot of cleanup because I just use 3 strokes just across the nail, and so I highly recommend Christian Louboutin nail polishes. And last but definitely not least, I have the Troy Sirotte eyebrow pencil, and although this is a product that I've only been using fairly recently, I had to include it in this top 10 because I was so floored even the very first time that I used it. I've tried a lot of Troy Sirotte in the past, mostly his lip products, and they're nice, they're really well packaged, but I just found that they're quite average. This eyebrow pencil and his highlighter and the liquid liner that I bought recently, all really impressive. So if you have dry lips, you might want to avoid his lip products, but if you have sparse eyebrows, you absolutely need to buy this pencil now. I already ordered the Raven color, which is for black eyebrows. My eyebrows are naturally gray, so I figured, you know, if I decide to change my hair color, I should probably try the black one. The Troy Sirotte formula is so much creamier, so much smoother. There's no flaking, there's no bleeding. I know a lot of people don't like the fact that you have to buy the holder or the case and the refill separately, but it's actually more economical in the long run, and it's more eco-friendly if that matters to you. So I highly recommend this product as well. In fact, I recommend everything that I showed today because they are my top 10 of 2015 after all. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please stay tuned for my top 10 of 2015 skincare edition, which is coming later this week. Thanks so much for tuning in as always, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!